Yeah, like the news broke that there was an emergency Exco meeting, I'm sure every journalist in the country was expecting that it would be about the defection.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise! When the cat was let out of the bag, it was about the budget for 2024.
And we've been waiting for this budget.
Absolutely.
Interestingly, why now?
There are things that, if you look at Chapter 2 of the Constitution, the Directive Principle of State Policy, the essence of government and governance is for the security and well-being of citizens. That's the primary role and primary objective of government. And the essence of governance is for the people. It is not for the political players. The government of the state cannot be grounded by reason of political uprising, quarrels between politicians. Cannot ground and stop the business of governance in the state. So I'm so happy that the governor seems not to be distracted by all these activities that he has found himself, by no act of his involved with. I'm so happy, and it's the way to go. He should continue to maintain focus. Let him stay the ship. The people are behind him. No matter what happens, at the end of the day, Rivers State is bigger than BK. Rivers State is bigger than Sim Fubara. Rivers State is bigger than all the politicians who are running the affairs of the state. So what is important is the welfare and the well-being of citizens of Rivers State. So it's way to go.
Now, INC, Edwin Clark, who just talked about his position, which is President Tinubu. Why are you not curious at what Wike is driving at? Because to them, I'm talking about INC and the PANDEF right now, they are seeing a Wike who is set on destabilizing the state. While Wike, to him, he is fighting to protect his structure. He has made several threats, veiled and unveiled threats, which is out there in public. And of course, the typical Wike, that is not the first time, is a norm. During the campaigns, we saw him do a lot of that. Now, the RNC particularly is questioning why the security agencies, they are saying, is Wike now the CNC, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces? Why are they not curious or wondering how he got to the point where he can make some utterances? For instance, we know that buying tickets for forms for elections run into millions. I think at the state level it was also in millions then. He bought for all the governorship candidates. This was clear. He has even said it, for instance. There are a lot of things they are saying that why is it determining what happens security-wise in the states? Nobody's questioning all of that. Well, ANC have spoken, PANDEF has spoken, they're all calling on President Tinubu, the interventionist, like who have termed him here, to kindly intervene. But he has intervened before. If at this point, the president doesn't wear the big shoes and stamp it on the ground to say this is what it is, paint a picture for us what may be playing out in Rivers State?
Well, like I did say earlier, that the directive principle of state policy is interest of the people first, and top on that agenda is security of lives of citizens, lives and property of citizens. Now, we can see the way things are going. We know Rivers State, how volatile Rivers State has been security-wise, and it will be foolhardy for anybody to downplay the consequences that may erupt at the end of the day if these issues that are unfolding now are not arrested within the these issues that these press releases are hearing from PANDEF and from INC. They are not things you will hear and go and lie down and sleep. We know our people. Niger Delta is very volatile, and the youths listen and hear from their leaders. They watch the body language of these politicians, and they are waiting in the wings. And we don't want this situation to snowball at the end of the day. It now becomes a crisis that will now begin to claim lives and properties in the state. So it's a call that is apt, and we pray and hope that the president will take this seriously and begin to take the right steps to curb this situation. Because from what we are seeing, Mr. Wike is determined is very determined to insist on having his way in Rivers State. I think he hasn't been able to break himself loose from that euphoria of being the chief security officer of Rivers State and being in charge of the affairs, political affairs of the city. He hasn't been able to realize that power has changed hands. I think he still believes somehow within himself that he's still protected by Section 308, which grants him immunity, from all forms of criminal prosecution and all that. He should realize that he's no longer under such cover. And at any point in time, if he counsels or encourages or sponsor anything that will cause a breakdown of law and order in Rivers State, he will be treated like any other ordinary citizen who doesn't have that constitutional immunity. He's not above arrest. Right now, he's not above arrest. He's not above prosecution, and he must know that. And unless Mr. President is actually sanctioning and actually encouraging these things happening in Rivers State, if he's not, then he should call, first and foremost, he should call the security agencies in Rivers State to order. There have been orders of court, judgments of court, restraining orders, restraining some people from carrying out some certain actions and activities. And we see brazenly that these people still carry out these activities under the heavy security and protection of the Nigerian police.
Yeah, like they said, the 27 lawmakers you see sitting in the assembly.
You said something that these things happen because there are no legal consequences.
Yeah, we haven't seen any.
If there are no sanctions. The laws become impotent when you don't apply sanctions that come with it.